Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Collin Tanner welcomes you to the John Fortune Gymnasium for the championship game of the 4th annual Phenom HoopState Championship between the #1 seed in Winston-Salem Christian School and the 2-time reigning champion Combine Academy. At this time, will you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Everybody put your lighters in the air for Goon.
Everybody put your lighters in the air for Goon.
Starting at guard, number 3, Colin Tanner. Silas Demary, Jr.
It is time as we welcome you into Combine Academy as the Hoop State Championship just moments away from getting started. David Katzenmeyer and Miles Massercola joining you here from Lincolnton, North Carolina, as it's a rematch from the John Wall Holiday Invitational. Both these two teams fighting. 32 minutes separating them and a possible Hoop State Championship. Can Combine go back to back to back? Or can Antonio Lowe get his first ring with Winston-Salem Christian?
This is going to be a fun one, folks. Two of the best teams we have, loaded with nationally ranked players. Combine starts with the basketball.
Silas Demary Jr. will bring it across the timeline.
Little man-to-man look for Winston-Salem Christian.
Over to Trentyn Flowers on the left wing. Flowers giving it up to Rakease Passmore. Guarded by Isaiah Washington. Passmore crossing over to the left. It's a three, and Rakease drops it in.
That is a big shot to set the tone. They call it a 2 on the floor. Rakease Passmore hitting it from deep.
Foot on the line, takes a point away. We'll see what Kobe George and Winston-Salem Christian can do on the other end. It'll head out of bounds. Demary Jr. touching it last.
Very, very interested to see that Lowe went out with the man first. We'll see if he goes zone, if they're able to set their defense, but just they had so much success with that 2-3 all year. You wonder if they're going to stick to it.
The high inbound from George goes to Lewis Walker. He'll shovel it over to Isaiah Washington in Washington. He's sandwiched between two different defenders. It was Demary and Campbell who collided on him. And so it will draw a shooting foul. Isaiah Washington in this tournament so far, 13.5 points per game. As he hits the first.
Washington's going to have a big day. We know we can light it up. We know we can make shots. He's a really dynamic self-creator. Going to have to be good at both ends of the floor. I'm going to have to execute on the offensive end.
Those 13.5 points through the first two games of the Hoop State Championship lead Winston-Salem Christian. Lewis Walker at 11.5 is the next man up. Combine having a bit of trouble getting it over the half-court line.
Yeah, nearly a 10-second violation for Combine.
Passmore into Diallo. He dribbles right hand off the glass. It's a strong finish and an excited celebration as Combine's up by 3.
The freshman Diallo has gotten better and better throughout the year. Big-time prospect will be playing for our guy Anthony Simmons with Team Curry on the Under Armour Association.
Alston gives it to Kenny Tchanda. He'll go to work against Campbell. Tchanda, he'll win the battle.
What a move from Tchanda. Nationally ranked kid coming on strong late. Here we go.
Rakease Passmore, speed off the baseline, and Rakease another layup off the window.
Big-time finish for Passmore. He's off to a big-time start. Little Garner Road teammates on one another.
This step back from Washington, it's too short. It falls off the front of the rim. Here comes Demary Jr. and company. Silas. He's fouled before he can get inside the perimeter as he knocked heads with Kobe George.
Yeah, Kobe George trying to communicate to his forwards on that ball screen coverage to make sure they're all on the same page.
So Passmore will fly it into the backcourt. Demary Jr. giving it up on the right wing to Trentyn Flowers. Committed to Louisville yesterday and reclassed. He is now a senior playing in his last game for Combine. Here's a 3 off the left wing. Silas Demary Jr. points to the sky for a splashdown.
And if he can get going, hasn't been extremely productive with the scoring so far in this tournament. If he starts making shots, it could be a long night.
Combine starting off red hot from the field. Another 3 missing for Winston-Salem Christian. The rebound is picked up by Washington, but he can't convert in the paint.
Combine is finding a way to get baskets way easier than expected against his vaunted Winston-Salem Christian defense.
Rakease able to make the play to Diallo, and it was inside for Kendall Campbell.
Campbell missed a gimme there. He'd like to have that one back. Picks up a little frustration foul. Big possession here for Winston-Salem Christian. I know the Lions don't want Combine getting up too big too early.
Kobe George, he'll bring it up the floor.
Zone look for Combine.
They'll go 3-2. Into the quarter. Washington has a crease. Didn't have enough on their way up.
He's starting to force the issue a little bit.
Rakease Passmore and Kobe George collide. Kenny Tchanda picks up the loose ball. The high right-handed finish will miss. Torrey Alston collects it, but loses it. Rakease Passmore, he breaks away. Now here's the transition on the other end. And Rakease Passmore with a blocking foul. Lewis Walker was not set.
That was a split call by the officials there. One was ready to call a charge, the other one was ready to call a block.
You could see the hesitance. The call will go the way of Combine Academy. Not too many times I feel like you can say Combine wearing the away uniforms at home.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't get the laundry done last night. Things happen.
But Combine coming in at the number 2 seed. So that's why they'll wear the dark navy blues. Bounce pass to Demary Jr. and he's going to travel.
And that's what this Winston-Salem Christian defense can do. They can get guys out of rhythm off that catch, make it difficult for them to make decisions. Demary would normally shoot that first one. Thought the defense was coming a little harder than they were, and ended up passing it up and ends up turning it over with a travel.
Winston-Salem Christian has had some really good looks from beyond the arc. It'll be interesting to see if they bring in Felipe Patino anytime soon, as he's been a sharpshooter for them so far this tournament. Another three is taken from Kobe George, the putback from Torrey Alston.
And Coach Lowe just said, Kobe, we don't need you to settle. We need you to attack. Big time putback there from it looked like it was Alston.
Diallo has to give it up to Rakease Passmore.
They're back in that zone now after that first possession. Can Combine shoot them out of it? It looks like they are.
Trentyn Flowers, another three. It'll force a timeout. Threes are raining down for Combine on the right side of the court, 4-11, and they're up by 7.
And we haven't even seen Collin Tanner come into the game yet. I'm sure we'll see him shortly. He's been a zone buster all weekend long. And also Flowers shooting with a ton of confidence this weekend. He's been playing his best basketball of the season in this event.
So Antonio Lowe will talk things over as the number 1 seed Winston-Salem Christian coming into this game through the first 2 games of the tournament, 66.5 points a game, margin of victory just above 10. But they have been holding their opponents to 56 points on average. So Winston-Salem Christian, they've really been able to get it done on the defensive end. However, we'll see if there'll be a different look when they take the floor. The same unit will follow out.
I mean, the way Combine's shooting the basketball right now, it's extremely, extremely difficult to run a zone. Does this sustain? We'll see. But Winston-Salem Christian, I'd imagine they stick to what has worked for them all season long.
Washington, he's double teamed as he tries to enter from the left wing. Lewis Walker will try from the right, hitting the deck, keeping the dribble up. There's no travel. However, Isaiah Washington will step out of bounds before on the attempt for the loose ball and Walker.
Their creators aren't doing a great job. Walker loses his footing there, try to do what he could to sustain it. Isaiah Washington has not found the offense yet. Going to be an interesting thing to see if he struggles to do that. Where will they turn to find baskets?
Some pressure in the backcourt from Winston-Salem Christian, caught in a trap. Firing it out was Collin Tanner, his first touch on the ball. A pass from the right elbow, back to Collin Tanner at the top of the key from Trentyn Flowers. They'll feed it right back to him, and he'll miss on the short side. Demary Jr. fighting for the rebound, drawing a foul.
That's Lewis Walker's second foul. And now TJ Cave is going to come in. We've seen him change things up quickly, particularly in that QEA game, with what he was able to do at the defensive end of the floor.
Here's a three, Rakease misses short. Whistle on the floor. It'll be called on Demary Jr.
That was not on Demary Jr. That was on, I believe, Isaiah Washington for grabbing. He didn't need to do that. He could have had the basketball.
And so you're right, Miles. It'll be called on him. Rakease, he has it stripped away. Kobe George working fast up the court, wanting to go coast to coast. Has it swatted away from him under the bucket. So Winston-Salem Christian will try their hand from an inbound pass.
Winston-Salem Christian feels like they've had olive oil on their hands all weekend. They're just not securing and holding on to the basketball as George draws the foul on Collin Tanner.
Kobe George just over 10 points.
Now we see Patino come in. Cave and Washington will have to run the offense as the handlers in the situation. Wonder if we see Big Joel come in at any point here soon as well.
And George, 10.5 points a game through the first 2 games. As this one's going to be a long one for Patino. He's able to corral it, fend off Collin Tanner. He'll give it up to TJ Cave in the front court. No work from there. Washington. Back to Torrey Alston, now to Patino. Trying to work around a screen. Flowers had everything covered up. It's a deep three. It rims out, didn't miss by much.
Yeah, that was a bit of a settle, but Patino can make that shot. Winston Christian cannot find anything offensively right now. Cave doing a good job cutting off Demary on that drive.
Demary throws Cave on the ground. No foul called. It's a step-in shot. and missed from Collin Tanner. Asa White picking up the rebound. One of the new substitutions into the game for Combine. Demary Jr., 10 seconds on the shot clock, trying to find separation through a screen, caught in a trap, giving it up to Flowers. He'll fire a three. Flowers hits that one off the side of the rim.
Nice move by Washington.
Isaiah Washington carving through the paint. Winston-Salem Christian will take him any way that they come. It was a beautiful one from Washington. On the other end, Collin Tanner carving up the Winston-Salem Christian defense there from the baseline.
He just beat them down the floor, 14-7 lead. Game is starting to settle in. Big stretch here for Winston-Salem Christian to close the quarter. Try to narrow the deficit or at least maintain within striking distance.
Under 2 minutes left in the opening quarter, and it's going to be a travel. Isaiah Washington called.
Winston-Salem has had some unforced errors in this one. They'd really like to have back.
Passmore will inbound just in front of his bench. Demary Jr. will give it back to him, so him and TJ Cave will fight in the backcourt. Cave will be called in the reach over.
Wonder who they put the Cave assignment on. Is it still going to be Passmore or is it going to be Silas Demary? We'll go with Washington on Demary.
So Cave, he will stay over on Rakease. They tried to get him in a trap with Torrey Alston. Here's a shot from Collin Tanner just inside the right wing.
He's got such great touch at that elbow area, able to get to the middle of the floor and make things happen.
TJ Cave hits the brakes at the perimeter. He'll circle it back up. Tachanda over on the right wing, elects to go into the paint with Torrey Alston, and Alston up over Trentyn Flowers.
What a set from Coach Lowe, able to get the offense back on track and find Alston for an easy one.
7-point lead for Combine. Minute and change to go in the first. Flowers, and he'll travel.
Shuffled the feet a little bit.
Too heavy of a step.
I think Lowe's going to run something to try to get Phenom one here.
Patino's working over into that right corner. We'll keep an eye on him. Alston here from the top of the key, giving it to Patino. Guarded closely by Collin Tanner. Patino, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it up to Isaiah Washington. Washington looks to take it himself. He's blocked by Asa White. Heading out of bounds. So with 7 seconds on the shot clock, Winston-Salem Christian will get another crack at it.
Asa White did a great job staying vertical. See what they run right here.
Patino creases into the right corner. They elect to go with Candy Tachanda, and the bank is open.
They got the 2 for 1 there too, just barely. We'll see if they hold for one or if Silas and Rakease are going to draw something up. That was a big finish there from Connie.
Shot clock about 1.5 seconds in front of the game clock. Rakease Passmore all the way to the cup. He was too strong. Asa White was fighting for it. Now Felipe Patino comes down with it. It could be a huge bucket for Winston-Salem Christian with 10 seconds left in the quarter.
See what they get here. They got 6 seconds to work with.
TJ Cave going to pull up from the right elbow for the Lions. Not his forte. Here's a three at the horn. And Torrey Alston missed it wide right. 16-11 after the first. We'll send it to Simmons for the first quarter breakdown.
Yo, come on, Mr. West.
Simmons, HoopState championship game, Winston-Salem Christian, Combine Academy. Great energy from the start. I think this Combine did a good job of hitting perimeter shots early. That's something they've been doing at home. They've been doing a good job shooting pretty much this whole week, having 4 double-figure scores. Winston-Salem Christian, Isaiah Washington, Torrey Alston, starting to pick it up. Lewis Walker's been quiet, but at the end of the day, like once again, Combine Winston-Salem Christian, this is a rematch from an upset in the John Wall when Winston-Salem Christian won the game. I think the second quarter is going to dictate, a lot dictate a lot with the game because you got Silas Demary with 1 foul. If somebody gets 2 fouls here, they have to sit down. That could turn the tide for either team. The energy's electric in here. Is HoopState Simmons, Miles, Dave. What do you got?
It's been a big-time game. Simmons hit the nail on the head. I think the foul trouble is going to be a key. And Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing to maintain, to see how they do throughout the stretch of this quarter. The first 2 minutes of this quarter are absolutely massive for Winston-Salem Christian. They started to find a way to get some stuff with the half-court sets, and we'll see how it goes from there.
So far in the first quarter, the scoring's been spread pretty evenly on both sides. Collin Tanner, Rakease Passmore for Combine, and Kenny Tachanda for Winston-Salem Christian all have 4. They are all tied for the leading scorer so far in the game. Winston-Salem Christian will have possession to start, in Torrey Alston with a great start to the opening quarter.
What a finish from Alston. He's been great for Winston-Salem early.
So he gets the second started in fashion. Demary Jr. will travel. TJ Cave and Torrey Alston spiked up in front of him.
Demary and Mike Wright do not like the call.
You could hear some of the fans agreeing with that statement. 30 seconds gone by. Demary Jr. now guarding TJ Cave.
Alston's got a size advantage.
He gives it up to Washington. Now to Patino. He'll take a deep 3, 5 feet beyond the arc. It'll miss. Alston, the putback. The second chance from Tachanda is no good. Demary Jr. with the rebound.
That was a mad scramble there.
It's a one-possession game.
Cave doing a really good job on Demary Jr. right here.
Cave playing lockdown, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kendall Campbell giving it back to Rakease Passmore, and another travel for Combine Academy. Some unforced errors to start the second quarter.
Alston looks like he's ready for the inbound. We got a new face, Joshua Lemon. I don't think he's played yet in this tournament. One of the best athletes in the state of North Carolina, a dynamic leaper. Look for him maybe to get a lob in transition or make something happen.
Lemon, the 6'1 senior, here he is with it now. You're correct, Miles. This is his first appearance of the tournament. Tachanda from the middle of the paint. Kenny Tachanda, perfect.
We're seeing Connie Tachanda turn potential into production. He is making plays to see why he's got offers from all over. I know Providence is on him super heavy.
Rakease Passmore working on Lemon. Passmore up and over. It's too short. Out of bounds. Last touch by Kendall Campbell.
Chanda's got to secure the basketball. Winston-Salem Christian with a great start to this second quarter. They could take the lead on this possession right here.
The defense starting to show up for what we've seen for the first 2 games. Winston-Salem Christian in their first victory in the quarterfinals held NCGBB to 45 points. Here's a shot from the top of the key. The 3 is no good for Tachanda.
Yeah, Tachanda had it going from the inside, wanted to get him a clean outside look. They were able to do it, just not able to connect.
Demary Jr. to Trentyn Flowers, and Flowers loses that one up in the sky. Last touch by Winston-Salem Christian, so they forced it out of his hand.
Yeah, they're saying George tipped it. Looked like it could have gone either way.
So Demary Jr. They'll have an inbound to the baseline near side, and a wide open Trentyn Flowers in the paint. A great find as Combine extends the lead to 3.
Great baseline out of bounds set from Coach Wright and his staff putting it together. Get Flowers, the easiest bucket he'll get all weekend.
The whistle comes from the corner.
Kobe George was not set when he was moving, when he was setting that screen, led to the foul call.
So 3 Lions in the backcourt. Going to continue to try to work the one-on-one man pressure. Keshawn Brown into the game for the first time tonight. And we will get a timeout. Discussion here at midcourt, a possibility of 6 players on the floor, Miles.
Just waved him back to the bench. I think we're about to see what's about to happen here with the call here. Technical foul on Combine for 6 players on the court.
And so we talked about unforced errors.
And Mike, Mike has to be smart here because you don't want to get a second one.
So Combine Academy, 34-5 on the season, coming in as the number 2 seed. They beat their counterparts in Combine Regional 86-59 in the quarterfinals and picked up a victory over number 3 Word of God 75-63 yesterday to get to the championship. Like we saw in that first quarter, the shooting and the scoring for Combine has been pretty heavy in the tournament, just over 80 points a game on average between the first 2 games. So Washington, he hits the first of the technical free throws.
A lot of confusion. Big free throws from Isaiah Washington to make it a 1-point game.
And now with possession going back to Winston-Salem Christian, they'll have a chance to take the lead, so a huge swing.
We had a little hockey penalty. There were a little too many men on the ice. Winston-Salem could take the lead right here. Cholma Chop at the check-in table to get one.
Lewis Walker, it's a giveaway from him. Rakease Passmore stole it right out of his grasp.
Now trap there from Winston-Salem. Passmore able to evade.
Inside the perimeter to Kendall Campbell. He'll work directly onto Chanda. It'll go out of bounds, and Chanda touched it last.
Yeah, Chanda took one to the chest right there. See if he's okay. He'll get a break. Cholma's going to come in.
Cholma's shot, averaging 4 points a game per game in the tournament. It's a missed shot from the corner from Rakease Passmore. Isaiah Washington pushing the pace coast to coast, and it'll go out of bounds. Knocked out by Combine Academy.
Washington should have spread the floor a little bit. He would have had Lemon for a big-time lob. Could have been a momentum-shifting play to take the lead.
Cave, he'll give it into Lewis Walker. Now up to Isaiah Washington directing traffic. He'll send Cholma Chop into the paint. Now TJ Cave will take up the reins at the top of the key. Lemon, he'll assume that position. Now to Washington, back to TJ Cave. Had a man fall down. Lewis Walker, a contested bucket, up and good.
What a finish underneath from Luke. Starting to get going a little bit, could change things.
Demary Jr. over to Rakease Passmore. Winston-Salem Christian is not allowed for enough space for the 3 in quite some time. As Combine got hot there early, a whistle before the Machop block.
Cave got him on the way up. Reached in, hit him on the arm. Flowers had the wherewithal to just throw up a quick shot, go to the line for 2.
So Flowers, he misses the first one. Second leading scorer in the tournament for Combine, currently sitting at 17 points per game. Only man higher is Collin Tanner, thanks in part to a 25-point performance in the quarterfinals. He went 9 for 9 from the field.
Yep, Flowers up to 6 in the game. A little press here from Combine. See how Winston-Salem responds. Dangerous pass.
Trap initiated, it screeched off Lemon's hand. Big contact as Diallo and Lemon collided. It'll be Combine ball. So Winston-Salem Christian.
That was all on Isaiah Washington. He could put himself in a tough spot. Had, no, I'm saying yeah. Isaiah Washington put Lemon in a tough spot there. Might have gotten him banged up too. Not at the 1-on-1 quite yet.
So we'll see how Combine defensively continues to approach Winston-Salem Christian after this possession, as they could not evade the trap on that attempt up the floor. So Combine with a tie ball game, 19 a pop. Almost halfway through the second quarter, Rakease Passmore drives up and in.
Winston sent a wave of help his way, not enough. Rakease Passmore making things happen.
Not too much more defensively you can do there for Winston-Salem Christian. TJ Cave shot waved off.
Cave getting downhill. Believe the call was on Tanner. I believe it is not quite the bonus yet.
Phenom and Alston in for Lemon and Walker. Kendall Campbell checking in for Combine. Collin Tanner will get a break. .357 left in the second. 9 seconds stripped off the shot clock, sitting at 21. Cave surveying for anybody, just getting it off, up to Isaiah Washington.
15 on the shot clock, got to make something happen.
Cave, what will he do? Shifts back to the left. TJ Cave, his shot is blocked. Diallo had a hand on it.
That was a big-time defense from Diallo on the help side. Cave made the move to get by the initial defender. Diallo's right there to help his teammate out. 7 seconds to work with. See what they do. Maybe a quick hitter for Chol underneath, or maybe something for Phenom outside.
They'll give it to Torrey Alston. 5 seconds. Alston gonna give to Isaiah Washington. Have to be present on the shot clock. They didn't know what it was at. Washington was not aware of the shot clock, so it'll be a violation. Combine will get the ball back with a chance to take a 2-possession lead.
Those are the details you have to get right in a state championship game. You cannot have the lack of communication on the floor that allows a player to just not be aware of the shot clock timing. Washington gotten a solid look from a pull-up three, and you never know about an offensive rebound with the length that Winston-Salem Christian has on the floor.
Demary Jr. hits the brakes just inside the charity stripe and strikes.
He has been picking his spots early in this one, but he has been efficient. We'll see if he starts to try to take over more down the stretch. 4-point lead for the Goats.
Kobe George, guarded by Rakease Passmore. They were looking for an alley-oop. George's pass was too strong for Alston.
Right idea, just a bad pass.
Flowers, foot on the line, deep two, he got it.
That is a big shot.
Under 3 minutes, big stretch in the last minute for Combine Academy. They lead it 26-19.
Couple mistakes on the offensive end, some forced by Combine's defense, some not. Winston-Salem Christian's got to get it together. Combine did a great job seizing the momentum swing. They put themselves in position to go up at the half, just under 3 minutes to go with a 7-point lead. Coach Lowe emphasizing communication and detail on the offensive end with his group right now.
Trentyn Flowers, 9 points on the game now. As he's already pushing up towards his average of 17 per game. The 6'9" reclassified senior getting it done for Combine. So Miles, now what do Winston-Salem Christian need to do? Got to settle down and get back in an offensive rhythm here. It'll go around the perimeter, now back to the top. Alston kicks it to George.
Almost a carry there. Like I said, they're playing like they got olive oil on their hands. They're just not securing the ball.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Lewis Walker, a three from the right wing, short.
Got a decent look at it. The offense was just a little stagnant there for Winston-Salem Christian.
Flowers. Edge of the paint and a whistle. He'll travel.
He dragged his foot. Big stop for Winston-Salem. They need a basket in the worst way.
They come away unscathed. 2:15 to go in the first half. George, just inside the volleyball line, giving it to Lewis Walker. Now back to Isaiah Washington. There's the triple Winston-Salem Christians have been looking for.
Zay Wash, Fayetteville's own, knocks down a big three to get his team back within 4. They get a stop right here in the basket. They can start to feel some confidence again.
Diallo had a no-looker to Rakease. It was fed inside to Kendall Campbell. He couldn't corral it. The Lions last touch it. Demary Jr. on the baseline. Trentyn Flowers
was able to stay inside the half-court line.
He was about 4 inches from it. It's a Rakease Passmore triple and a Rakease Passmore splashdown.
The Garner Road teammates trading baskets. Washington and Passmore, combine up 7.
Big last minute and 30 seconds here for Winston-Salem. See what the Lions draw up offensively. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Washington, he's got a 3 from the corner, and he's heating up from beyond the perimeter.
What ball movement, what zone offense from Coach Lowe and the team, making things happen. Isaiah Washington, after some early struggles, starting to feel it a little bit. He's got 11.
It's a 4-point game. Demary Jr. evades a defender. Kendall Campbell underneath, a goal ripper.
What a pass from Demary to Campbell on the dunker spot. Evaded George, forced the help up and dropped off a dime to the Elon signee.
Now under a minute. 31-25.
Ooh.
George giving to Chanda. He's mugged in the paint.
It looks like Chanda's going to head to the line here. That was a big-time move from the 6'10 junior.
Handing to Chanda, averaging 5 points a game in this tournament. So far, he's got 6 in this one. Chance to drive that number up even more.
Big free throws. You get a couple of, make both of these. Hits the first, get a stop. You got that 2-for-1 going. I wonder if Combine's going to try to get a quick shot for a 2-for-1. I believe they won't force it, but if it's there, they'll be more than happy to take it.
Collin Tanner in for the last 44 seconds. Kendall Campbell heading to the bench for Combine. Chanda, he'll split him at the charity stripe. Lead remains at 5 for the Goats. Demary Jr. A bounce pass into the paint. The reverse won't go for Collin Tanner. Diallo feeds it off the fantastic offensive rebound for Combine. Shot clock
Diallo
right around 10.
Not to force to get it back to Passmore, back to Demary. Now he's going to try to work.
Demary to Diallo. It's blocked, but a whistle. Tori Alston called on the foul.
Diallo's got 2 free throws here. That was a close one. Missed the first.
2 points in the game so far. He accounted for an early bucket on a layup right at the beginning of the game. Hasn't scored since. Nsiona checking into the game for Combine as well. So 1 for 2 on that trip to the charity line.
6-point game, here comes Winston-Salem, gonna hold for 1 here. See what they run.
Kobe George now off the right. In for Chanda, 5 seconds. George elects to drive, now he'll step back along 2, it won't go with the horn. Combine Academy leads it 32-26 as we head into halftime. 16 minutes separating one of these two from a HoopState championship. We'll be back in 10 to show you the final result here on the HoopState Network.
sound good?
Oh, Phenom. Oh, shit, my bad.
All right, y'all, so it's halftime here, man. 32-26 combine lead. Big first half. Asa White. All right, so halftime, 32-26 combine lead. Big first half. Combine shot the ball well. Trentyn Flowers, Rakease Passmore, Collin Tanner, Silas Demary, those guys get it done. Isaiah Washington leading the charge by Winston Christian keeping it close, man. Which I still got time about his screen, so we're playing regulators in the background. My stack, leave, took my Rolex, took my ring, and took my Rolex. I looked at the brother, said, damn, what's next? Hey, lady, gun to my head, I think we're going down. Hardest working man in the world, we good. Oh, you got a bad? He's like, yeah, bro, you got it. I'm going to go that night, bro. I was the same night. No.
Welcome back in for the start of the second half. As the inbound to Rakease Passmore is how we will get things started. Combine Academy leading 32-26. 16 minutes left here in the HoopState Championship. Trentyn Flowers looking to get off to a quick start with a long two, but unable to find it.
That was a great look. You take that every time.
Here's Lewis Walker for three. Slips off a few hands. Kobe George able to re-corral it from the top of the key. Middle of the paint, shot for Tachanda, the turn and shoot, he's got two.
He's got unbelievable touch on that jump hook. Connie Tachanda showing why he's a national top 150 kid. Having a great ball game. Winston-Salem within 4.
9 points for him now. Demary Jr. looking for an entrance off the right side. Gives it up to Kendall Campbell. He'll shoot just outside of the paint. Campbell misses, collecting his own rebound. Looking for any kind of help he can find. Shot clock at 12 seconds. Diallo, it's blocked by Tori Alston.
That was unbelievable defensive recovery from big Tori Alston, making things happen at that end of the floor with the size and vertical pop.
So just under 7 minutes now. Alston squeezing one in. Tachanda again. He can't find it, but the second chance effort is up and good.
Connie has been making things happen at an elite level, taking over the ball game to start the second half.
Flowers covered by Lewis Walker, trying to find something off the right side. Here's Campbell directly from the charity stripe, and he misses off the back of the iron.
Good start for Winston-Salem Christian. I don't really sense too many adjustments, but I think we're gonna see a lot of inside out with Chanda going early.
Something we saw yesterday was Combine came out with under a minute left in halftime. They did not take warm-up shots. Winston-Salem Christian was out with about 4 minutes left. That one stripped away from Kobe George. He ends up getting kicked by Demary Jr. on the ground, unintentional.
Yeah, look.
Rakease Passmore, quick fire from Jr. He misses it. Kobe George behind the back and a whistle. Bit too much contact.
Yep, two guys that'll be playing their summer basketball together with Garner Road, playing for Coach David West, Kobe George, and Rakease Passmore going at it on a couple possessions there. Passmore gets the reach-in foul. A little too much contact for the official to hold the whistle.
Winston-Salem Christian looking for a lead.
Little Kobe George got a warning from the official there. refs are hounding these jerseys, making sure they're tucked in.
So we're ready to get back to the action. George into Walker. He'll immediately give it right back. Into the corner. Isaiah Washington for three, and it's well short.
Yeah, Combine did a really good job staying with Washington off the ball, forcing a nice contest on that jumper. Unable to get it to fall.
Demary Jr. switches back to the left, finding a Kendall Campbell underneath, and Campbell converts from the edge of the paint.
Kendall Campbell ready for the pass and finishes in traffic. Silas Demary breaking down Lewis Walker off the dribble. Not a great matchup for Winston-Salem Christian. Demary makes him pay.
2-possession lead back in favor of Combine. Here comes Lewis Walker. Diallo working on him, and Walker will travel.
So Lewis Walker could have gotten away with that, but he tried to go hang dribble into the spin move and got an extra step.
Winston-Salem Christian not bringing out the same defensive attack that they did in the first half. No press in the backcourt just yet. Here's a steal. Tachanda back down the other way. Can he? Tachanda softly finishes off the window.
He is putting together an impressive performance at both ends of the floor. Did a great job with the body control. Had Demary on his hip, still elevated and finished with ease.
He's got 11, tied with
now.
the leading scorers.
That brought him up to 13. He's been superb today.
So 13 puts him as the leading scorer in this game. Only other guy in double digits on both ends of the floor is Isaiah Washington. Passmore into Trentyn Flowers, and what a way to find that one on the bottom of the net. Flowers with a chance for a three-point play.
That is 3 fouls on Lou as well. Flowers just really playing physical on the offensive end, draws the contact, gets the foul plus the finish.
So that one bumps Flowers into double digits. He's got 11 now. Couldn't find a 12. So the deficit remains at 4 for the Lions. Pressure put on in the backcourt from Combine. It leads to an open Lewis Walker as he's able to weave around the defender.
Such a good ambidextrous finisher. Offhand, Lewis Walker in traffic for 2. We got a 2-point game.
Trading blows back and forth. Both these teams caught in a trap. Able to get it up to Rakease Passmore. He looks for help and bounces one to Kendall Campbell. Puts it on, the name on the back of the jersey, and brings it down.
What a finish from Kendall Campbell underneath, elevating. He's starting to come on strong.
Lewis Walker going back up. Diallo had a hand all the way. Gets a bit too much skin on Walker.
If you let Lewis Walker get downhill like that and the help side isn't ready, he's either going to score or go to the line, or maybe both. And now Lou is going to head to the line for 2.
6 points so far for Lewis Walker. Coming into this game, he's averaging 11.5 for the tournament. It's a big short end miss. Walker will split him.
Big possession here for Combine. Winston-Salem Christian's been able to score. Combine's got to maintain to keep that lead, keep themselves in position.
We've crossed the halfway mark in the third. Demary Jr. spins away from Kobe George. He lost his footing. The whistle giving it back to Winston-Salem Christian.
5-second call. They called it right before Demary Jr. probably would have gotten called for a travel. We know he's dealing with an ankle injury, lost his footing right there, could have played a factor.
And not 100%. That Combine regional game that they played in the quarterfinals. Twisted it on this right side of the court after coming down hard. You continue to monitor his situation. Isaiah Washington, a big time putback from Torrey Alston. He cleans up the mess.
Little incidental contact with the basketball. Little tape fell off something, clear that from the court. That was a big time putback from Torrey Alston, going to Sam Houston State. We have a 1-point game.
Diallo into Passmore. Now we see Winston-Salem Christian with some more bodies in the backcourt. They'll retreat. It's a one-on-one. Isaiah Washington and Rakease Passmore.
They are face guarding Silas Demary, not letting him touch the basketball.
Flowers. Alston on him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Trentyn Flowers, what's he cooking up? Spinning through the paint, the right-handed finish. It didn't have the angle.
No, Winston-Salem did a great job sending bodies to the glass for that rebound. And now they got a chance to take the lead as we come down the stretch in the third.
Kobe George and company a chance to take the lead. Washington in the paint. He got turned around to Chanda, trying to clean up what he could not finish in a blocking foul.
That was a makeup call. It was definitely a foul on Washington underneath. That was kind of a softie on Campbell there. They missed one and got it right back. It's kind of how the game of basketball works sometimes, man.
So Chanda, the leading scorer in this game.
Isaiah Washington looks a little shaken up. Might have took a shot to the midsection.
Collin Tanner comes in for Diallo. Isaiah Washington will stay in the game. Starting squad on the floor for Winston-Salem Christian. Takes a heavy bounce off the front of the rim on the miss.
Tie ball game.
Tanner spins on the pivot foot. It gets separation. Collin Tanner, big time, points off the bench.
He has been as efficient as any player in this tournament. Not a high volume, but a very, very high level of production right here.
So that gives Combine a 2-point lead. Winding down to the 2-minute mark in the third quarter. Kobe George passes with the left hand to the left wing. Down to Chanda. George to Alston, 10 seconds.
Lewis Walker's gonna go here, try to get one.
Walker finds a wide open to Chanda, and he is rolling in the second.
If Winston-Salem can pull off this one, he might be the MVP. He has been unreal today. He's got 17 now on the day.
What a game and what a half for Kenny Tachanda. He has continued to push his performance in one of those almost unlikely of hero type of scenarios for him. TJ Cave and Felipe Patino checking back into the game for Winston-Salem Christian, hoping that Cave will make an immediate impact on the defensive end. Passmore works around Patino. It was a great move, but it's too strong.
Campbell had a little too much contact there. Gonna go the other way. Winston-Salem Christian has grabbed the lead. We'll see if they can maintain it.
It's a big spot.
Someone's got to get back and help.
Patino was able to do that. He had to come creasing down the near sideline. Cave gets in with 4 seconds. It's a wide open shot for Patino, and that's why you bring him in. A triple try from the corner is knocked down from the sharpshooter.
If you leave him open like that, it's 3 points. What a finish from Demary Jr. with the offhand, the mid-air adjustment.
A great answer from Silas Demary Jr. These two teams are going back and forth right now. It's under a minute in the third quarter, excuse me.
That was a bit of a bailout there. Combine got a little too ambitious trying to steal the ball away from Washington, who put himself in a tough spot. And are we in the 1-and-1 quite yet?
TJ Cave to inbound off the foul. Doesn't really have anybody, has to give it to Patino, who is hounded by Flowers. He was able to escape and give it back to TJ Cave. Cave gets a screen, enters the perimeter, now kicks out to Patino. It's a deep two. Felipe Patino's got something cooking.
Felipe Patino, have yourself a moment. Coach Lowe absolutely loves it. And that was a delay game warning on Washington. I didn't even see what happened. But man, Felipe Patino is going on a tear right now.
35.7.
Cave got a little too physical there. Gave the ref a chance to blow his whistle.
So a very quick foul to pick up.
Coach Lowe going to call the dogs off from a pressure standpoint, get back into what looks like a zone. Actually, no, they're going to go man.
Combine.
Ooh, they could have had Demary on that little cut.
Down by 2 possessions for one of the first times tonight. Rakease Passmore. Tachanda's got him locked. Rakease will try once again. A kick. It's Collin Tanner just inside the corner, and Collin Tanner converts.
He is in a laser hot zone right now. They got to go. They only got 6 seconds.
Now down to 3. Washington just floats one up, and he couldn't get it. 46-44. We'll throw it to Simmons as he'll give you the third quarter breakdown.
Wow, 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 wow. I don't think we can have a better championship game right now. Going into the fourth quarter, Winston-Salem Christian is up 2. And I think they made the adjustments coming out at halftime. I think what you got to look at is Big Connie. He's been able to start down low, started with baby hooks, stepped out to the three-point line, hit a big 3. But his energy and effort, like Coach Lowe has just been riding with his front line. He has the best front line in independent basketball in North Carolina, and they've been playing like it. But combine, at home, energy and effort, Collin Tanner, Trentyn Flowers, Rakease Passmore, and Silas Demary Jr. making big plays. It's the fourth quarter. It's a 2-point game. I think we can ask for a better set in the state championship game. You know these kids are going to leave it on the floor. It's an exciting game. It's anybody's game. It's anybody's chance to win. We're going to see. Fourth quarter coming up. HoopState Championship live from Combine Academy.
So thank you, Simmons. As we bring it back to midcourt on the floor, both these teams breaking. 8 minutes separating one of these two from a championship. You can see the trophy currently sits just off the side of the Combine bench.
What a scene this will be. Regardless of the result, we have an instant classic here on the HoopState Network. And it looks like Tori Alston's right in front of us right now to inbound the basketball for Winston-Salem Christian. They lead by 2.
Miles,
big start to the half right here.
Real quick, what are some of your keys for both these squads?
Winston-Salem Christian has to continue to ride their horses. Chanda, Patino making things happen. Look to try to get them good looks for Combine. Get the ball to Collin Tanner as much as possible.
One of the best 6-man in the country in Collin Tanner. Demary Jr. It was a fight on the near side.
It looks like Chanda and
that's what they're trying to figure out. It initially looked like it was going to be a foul on Demary Jr. for the contact on the far sideline. But evidently not the case. So the offensive foul leads to Combine working in the other direction. Down by 2. Trentyn Flowers. Tachanda switches on him. Flowers through the paint, up with the left hand, smack the glass wall, you're at it, put it in for 2.
big finish by Chanda right there. Not Chanda, excuse me, Flowers. Going up strong with the left hand for 2.
Knotted at 46. What a championship game we've had so far. There's a booming block from Rakease Passmore, but he caught too much of Isaiah Washington, and so Washington will head to the line for 2 the hard way.
Chanda limping a little bit, see if he's okay. He's gonna have to tough it out, find a way to channel whatever he's got in him.
It's the 12th point for Isaiah Washington, and it makes him 4 for 5 at the free throw line.
Yeah, he's done enough. He's done what he needed to tonight. Hit those 2 big threes when Winston-Salem Christian needed to get something going offensively, open the Combine defense up, and there's a lot of other guys to work. What a finish we have in store.
Washington clicks on both. Demary Jr. throws off TJ Cave. And it's called on TJ Cave.
That's Cave's fourth. George gonna come back in.
So TJ Cave, such a heavy defensive guy. Interesting to see how Antonio Lowe manages his situation from here. Passmore, Demary Jr., they'll throw it back and forth. Now it's a left wing three.
Wow.
Collin Tanner finds yourself a triple.
He is finding a way to make things happen. Walker trying to go all the way down. Ooh, almost had the and one.
Had the angle on it. Didn't have enough, but Lewis Walker, the foul will draw two at the line. 49-48, Combine with the lead.
Walker missed that one. Way short. Could be a sign of tired legs. He's been working really hard for everything in this one.
1 for 3 from the line now for Walker. His second attempt falls through. Lewis Walker now with 4 points on the game. And continuing to mention some unforced errors. Combine cleaned things up. But that one right there, fairly inexcusable. The inbound to Kobe George. He'll immediately into the perimeter with Lewis Walker. Walker was trying to feed it back out to Patino, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Campbell just gave that last one away. Winston Christian, this is an opportunity for you to capitalize. Oh, wow.
Tie game with 6:45. Patino. Now over to Isaiah Washington. Washington's gonna pull up over Rakease Passmore, and it's short. Flowers secures it for Combine. He'll give it to Demary Jr.
Tie ball game, 6.5 left. This is when the real ones shine.
15 seconds already gone by on the shot clock. Demary Jr. underneath to Kendall Campbell, touching the ball with the number 4 on the back of his jersey. Looked like a momentum shifter for Combine.
Looked like Chanda slipped a little bit, allowed Campbell to get that dunk freely. Big basket for the Goats.
Over 50 now for Combine. And another big swing here.
Flowers sold that. Flowers sold that one. That's 4 fouls on Lewis Walker. Big moment here.
Timeout on the floor with 6:01 to go, 51-49. Combine Academy leading. Only a 30-second timeout. Thoughts, Miles?
Just watching Big Silas dance right here. Absolute gong show. This is going to be a big-time finish. I'm interested to see what Coach Lowe decides to do with Lewis Walker. Do you go to someone else? How do you kind of change what you need to do with him having 4 fouls? To see if he trusts this guy and lets him play it out, but we're about to find out. We're about to find out.
Young man throwing it down in midcourt right now. He was the star of the show yesterday.
Oh, yeah, he was.
While tensions were heating up between Word of God and Combine, he was the mediator.
He was.
So he'll head back into the left corner. Great dancing from the young man. Trentyn Flowers, Rakease Passmore, Silas Demary Jr., Kendall Campbell, and Collin Tanner out for Combine. Kobe George, Torrey Alston, Felipe Patino, Kenny Tachanda, and Isaiah Washington on for the Lions. Flowers ready to inbound. Collin Tanner had to retreat into the backcourt to provide some support. Guarded by Patino. Now give it on the wing to Demary Jr. He'll back out, caught in a trap, goes under. A no look to Kendall Campbell, spinning through the paint. Campbell.
Jump ball. It's the right call.
He got tied up.
Washington swiped and put his hand on the ball, forced the jump ball there. No, I was going to say, yeah, Winston-Salem had the ball to start the quarter.
That's what Antonio Lowe is trying to plead. So the possession arrow will go back towards Winston-Salem Christian, but Combine will get the inbound here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Collin Tanner.
That was good
drives
defense
and retreats.
Phenom.
Passmore pulling up on Kobe George. Rakease missing short.
What a rebound from Shonda. Came off the rim a little hard, able to secure it for Kobe George. Winston-Salem can tie or take the lead right here.
Kobe George working towards the left side. Gives it into Shonda. He swings with the left hand. It'll be a travel.
Dragged his foot.
You can feel the momentum shift. Combine Academy. Only a 2-point lead, but they're feeling good right now. 5 minutes and change as Rakease Passmore crosses the timeline. Patino had a hand on it. He tried to crease. That left an open Collin Tanner and will lead to a blocking foul underneath.
Chanda wasn't quite ready for Tanner to jump into him like that. Patino made the gamble, almost had the steal, almost paid off, but didn't. Lets his defense kind of on their heels. Now Collin Tanner's got a couple at the line.
Tanner 11 points on the game. Missing the first free throw. It's his first free throw attempt of the night. Tanner in the quarterfinal game, 25 points, 9 for 9 from the field, 7 for 7 from beyond the arc. He had said he's never played in a game where everything he just threw up went in like that, especially at such a high percentage. So hitting the second brings it to a 3-point game. It's Kobe George looking for anybody. Skips it to Patino. Now to Isaiah Washington around Kendall Campbell. Isaiah Washington has it stripped away. Here comes Combine Academy Silas Demary Jr., the one bringing it from under the bucket. A wide open Rakease Passmore 3 is short. Washington collects. Handing to Torrey Alston, and Alston off the window.
Nice catch and finish on the run from Torrey Alston, 1-point game.
We are approaching the halfway point in the fourth quarter. Starting to see Combine slow it down just a bit in the offensive zone. Here's Demary Jr., a contested shot is no good.
Got a decent look at it. So unable to connect.
Washington.
Big possession here for Winston-Salem.
Washington with the rebound. George feeds to Alston. Was looking for Patino. It's knocked away by Collin Tanner. He forced the turnover, and Rakease Passmore is able to collect.
That was a forced pass by Alston there. Could have held it, had plenty of time on the shot clock.
Flowers working on Alston. Trentyn Flowers down to the baseline, works back towards the cup, the right-handed finish, and a big man bucket for the Louisville commit, showing the emotion.
That was a big play from Flowers. Alston did a good job staying with him. That was solid defense. Was able to make a play over the defender.
George to Patino. He'll take a deep three from the top of the key, misses left side.
That was a big shot that would have tied this game. This is a big defensive possession. Silas Demary going to try to make a play.
3-point game, the Goats on top. 3 minutes to go. Once again, seeing them wind the shot clock down before taking an opportunity.
Yeah, taking their time. Maybe a little early for that, but it could pay off.
Flowers dribbling with the right, kicking into the corner. Collin Tanner, a hand of Felipe Patino in his face. It does not matter. The triple doubles the lead for Combine, 57-51. A 6-point advantage to the Goats.
How fitting for Collin Tanner to make a play 6 for 6 from the floor. Man, oh man, off the bench MVP. He's like Kenai Briggs at the John Wall in 2021. What he's been able to do this weekend, shooting the basketball, looks like it might propel Combine to 3 in a row. Winston-Salem Christian, 2:43 left, shot clock only down 6. They got capable shot makers on the floor. They got to find a way to muster up some offense here down the stretch.
Tanner and Flowers both with 15 for Combine Academy. Collin Tanner, you had mentioned Kenai Briggs at the wall, who we talked about all of the previous seasons, about how good of a 6-man he is, but Collin Tanner,
and he started some games this year, so I don't, it's been what a performance.
He's been the big-time 6-man for Combine in this tournament. There's a reason he led the GOATs coming into this game in points per game in the HoopState Championship. 17.5 on average. He's pushing that number as we near the end of this one. Huge few possessions coming up for Winston-Salem Christian.
They don't need to rush it with the shot clock. They still have time. They just got to get a good look.
They know they're going to get a few more possessions. Lewis Walker enters from the left wing. Walker on the way up, and he's fouled.
Big drive from Lewis Walker, able to settle it down, has a chance to add to his team's total, narrow the deficit with the clock stopped.
Big time free throws incoming for Lewis Walker. 4 points on the game, 2 for 4 at the line today. Wipes off the hands, gives his shot, and he buries the first.
Big one for old Lou.
Connects, makes it a 4-point game.
A little defense for offense, switch, get Cave in the game, and apply some ball pressure. We're going to see a lot of situational substitutions from both these teams down the stretch, I think.
TJ Cave came out very early in the fourth quarter with his 4th foul.
Oh, wow. Rakease Passmore extended the free hand. Lewis Walker back into the game. This is a big possession right here. Winston-Salem could have just gotten a little blessing.
The inbound will be from Kobe George.
They call a foul.
Off the ball it came.
On Kendall Campbell.
Came
1
from
and
the
1.
near sideline.
Winston-Salem Christian could have just gotten, if Connie Chand is able to connect on the front end and make both of these, they could have just gotten 4 points back with basically no time evading the clock.
Kendall Campbell now has 4 fouls.
As does Rakease Passmore. Missed it.
Tachanda missing.
That's a big miss. That's a big blown opportunity for Winston-Salem Christian right there. Can't fret about it, still in the ball game.
Lead remains at 4 for Rakease Passmore and the GOATs. Demary Jr. George in his face, working around Collin Tanner, the left wing
Wow.
3. Collin Tanner, have yourself a tournament.
Collin Tanner with a big-time shot, proving that he is an elite player in the big moments. What a play for the senior.
TJ Cave back into the game. He's over on the left wing. Alston gives to Kobe George. George dribbling with the left hand, and the left-handed finish won't go. Isaiah Washington is fouled as he was collecting the miss.
Winston-Salem's effort and energy is keeping the door open for them. And that is going to be Kendall Campbell's day.
If they catch it, it seems, unless it
Yeah.
was credited to somebody else on the floor.
I don't know. It's a shooting foul, too. Big free throw there, 6-point game, minute 41 left.
Washington now with 14. 6 for 7 from the line.
Missed that one.
Still a 2-possession game, but a 6-point deficit. Flowers. He'll back up around.
Big
It's blocked by
defense from Chanda.
Tachanda. Big time block from Kenny.
Oh, and
Tori Alston,
just
a
lost the
huge
basketball.
giveaway on the other end. It slipped off of his hands, butter on the fingertips. And a whistle, Combine Academy. We'll see, it will be a 1-and-1, so they'll head to the line and they'll give it to Collin Tanner. Tanner with 18 on the game.
I believe it's a 1-and-1.
It will be. Tanner extends it to 7. Tanner leading all scorers with 19 right now. Make it 20. Winston-Salem Christian's got to be perfect down the stretch. It's one of the biggest leads of the game for Combine. Patino into the corner. It's a Kobe George 3. He can't connect.
What a stop. Combine able to get it going. They're going to swarm Flowers. He's able to evade for now.
Flowers giving it to Tanner, now to Demary Jr. Kobe George will play close.
Look at Demary evade.
Demary weaving and winding, hitting the deck, shot won't go. Still a scuffle for it on the floor. Demary had it in his possession, tried to call a timeout.
He was out of bounds.
He will be out of bounds.
Wiping the wet spot on the floor and making sure nobody gets hurt. Winston-Salem is down 8 with 45 seconds to go. They're going to need a quick bucket, try to force a turnover, but leave the possession arrows going their way.
Combine in a great position as they look for a three-peat. George moving quickly up the floor. He'll spin on the right wing. Loses it with no whistle. Lewis Walker as he collected it.
So saying Campbell was out of bounds when he touched the basketball. Honestly prevented a basket by doing that. Lewis Walker was about to score. Get a chance to set the defense, put Diallo in the ballgame.
So Campbell heading to the bench. 38.3 seconds left. Down by 8 of the Lions. Alston trying to go to work, feeding it. It's Isaiah Washington for 3, missing left. A whistle blown, 31.3. Silas Demary Jr. is headed to the free throw line, looking to put this one on ice.
What a play. What a game from Combine, a team effort. They're on the verge of closing this one out. They can start to feel it a little bit. Demary Jr., 2 big free throws to put it on ice.
Jim going silent.
Does that count as a shot?
Looks like they are as the subs are coming into the game.
That was like the App State free throw from 7 years ago.
So Demary Jr. presumably his last shot on the floor. Buries it. 9-point game. Complete unit switch for Combine.
Yeah, Mike trying to empty the bench to give everyone a chance to play in this game with it basically decided. 9-point game, 31 seconds.
That bench waiting to explode. Huge hugs exchanged over there. Washington to Lewis Walker.
Called a
Quick
foul.
2 and a foul.
Lewis Walker going to go to the line.
You will have a chance at a three-point play.
I think he missed that. Oh, he got it to roll.
Walker hit it.
6-point game, 23 seconds left. Mike put the reserves in. See how they handle the pressure. Possession arrow to Winston-Salem.
So it'll be a jump ball, so hold on a second. It's now Mike Wright with another complete team substitution.
Timeout called.
It's now Winston-Salem Christian. 21 seconds left. Has the ball. Able to get it off the jump ball with the possession arrow. And we will get to see what Antonio Lowe draws up here. You got to believe Felipe Patino will be in the game. Looking for a quick three. Miles, crunch time. What's your plan if you're Antonio Lowe?
You run something to get Patino a look, and you apply crazy pressure, man. You apply crazy pressure and try to force a turnover. I understand why Mike wanted to put those guys in the game there, but just trust all of his guys. I would have wrote it out with the horses. We'll see how it goes.
George in for Patino.
What
Oh,
a play by
a big
Tanner.
time. Collin Tanner blocked. The second chance won't go. The tip in misses, and it's on the floor. Kendall Campbell. They'll call it travel.
That's still good for Combine. That's still good for Combine. You get a stop, more time runs off the clock, you set your defense again. I don't know if that's a travel. I don't think that's a tough call.
It burns 7.2. Gotta feel like now you're looking for a quick corner three. Almost any way you can find it. Giving it up to Lewis Walker. He'll direct back towards the bucket. Walker draws the foul. It would have been a huge bucket if it had fallen.
And
now Walker back to the line.
Try to make it a 4-point game.
A little bit of extra drama at the end of this one.
Big free throws here for Lewis Walker.
Walker, the righty, hits the first. Had a cold start to the day at the line. Started to find his stroke at the charity stripe as of recent. 11.1.
Combine's got to get the ball in clean to Demary Jr.
He'll connect on both. TJ Cave will check in a timeout. Both teams will huddle up and draw something over.
4-point game, 11 seconds left. Gonna be tough, but Winston-Salem's still doing whatever they can.
All coming down to the last 11 and change. 4-point game. What are you drawing up if you're Antonio Lowe?
You're trying to force a trap. You do not have the possession arrow. I'm sure Mike Wright is stressing that to his guys. Combine does. A.J. Jones just confirmed it with the table. We'll see. That's why TJ Cave is back in the game. I probably sent a trap with Cave and George that way.
Felipe Patino will also remain in the game. Collin Tanner will be the one inbounding for Combine. Tanner just barely getting it in, and a whistle, an immediate foul on TJ Cave, and that'll be his night done.
And that's probably not the guy that you would want shooting these free throws, but Kendall Campbell can still make them. Amongst the 5 guys on the floor, he's probably the worst of the bunch, but he's still a solid free throw shooter. And Winston-Salem was able to get a very quick foul with just over 10 seconds to play.
Campbell, 8 points on the game, has yet to shoot a free throw.
Misses.
Off the back of the rim. Campbell with the second. A big sigh.
Missed it.
The shot, it missed. Lewis Walker giving it to Isaiah Washington. 7 seconds. Washington loses it out of bounds. It's called Winston-Salem Christian ball. Combine thinks it's their ball. Winston-Salem Christian wanted a foul.
I think Mike was trying to call a timeout. 5.9 left, 4-point game.
Got to get a quick shot and then an immediate foul. George inbounds to Alston. Alston gets it. 3.8.
2-point game.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of time left, folks.
63-61. In a scenario where Mike Wright thought this game was over. He put the subs in the game.
Trying to get him some tick. Ended up biting the bullet of it. It was really only for one possession. And it led to a jump ball that Winston-Salem had their way. I recall they were arguing. And in reality, when you're down, you would rather have the possession arrow going your way late. Right now, the possession arrow sticks with Combine. And we will see how this one shakes out. Combine basketball up by 2, 3.8 left.
The Goats just trying to find any way to survive. 3.8 seconds separates them from a three-peat. They'll have to fend off Winston-Salem Christian. Tanner back on the baseline for the inbound.
Foul.
An immediate foul before the ball can be inbounded. Clock will remain at 3.8.
Not the worst thing. Demary was going to get open, and now one of the best winners to come through the state of North Carolina in a long time has a chance to give his team a championship with 2 free throws at the line. If he makes both, you pretty much say goodnight.
One for 2 from the line today.
Hits
Demary Jr. with the first. One more basically does it. Silas can close it here. 3-point game. Silas Demary Jr. makes it.
He puts it on ice.
4-point
guard,
lead.
do not foul. They're going to heave one up at the horn.
Washington just puts it up, and that's going to do it. It's a three-peat for the Goats of Combine Academy. They are your 2023 Hoop State champions. They defend the home court, and the number 2 seed gets the victory as the fans, they'll mob the court, and it's all smiles in Lincolnton for Combine.
What a season for the Goats, full of ups and downs, and the court is flooded. What a scene here on the farm. They found a way to three-peat. Mike Wright gets his first Hoop State championship. What a game it was, and man, oh man, we'll get ready for the grocery presentation. We appreciate you guys tuning in.